Hello and welcome. This is Seetv News, broadcasting live from our studios here in Lagos, Nigeria. Coming up in the news, PDP, APC, LP, 13 others beat INEC deadline nominates candidates. President Tinubu's 50-member emergency team gets 6 months to rescue economy. And LP, BOT takes charge and WC keeps mum. Thank you for joining us on Seetv News. I'm Samuel Ukate. Out of the 18 political parties, 16 of which conducted primaries for the September 21, 2024 Edo State governorship election, beat the March 24 deadline for the nomination of their candidates on the special portal of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. INEC National Commissioner in charge of Information and Voter Education Committee, Sam Olumikun, who announced this in a statement yesterday, however, did not disclose the parties that could not nominate its candidates. According to newsmen, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, All Progressive Congress, APC, and Labour Party, LP, amongst others, beat the deadline. Names of candidates uploaded include Dr. Asiu Igbodalo of PDP, Senator Monday Okpebolo, APC, and Olumide Akpata, LP. President Bola Tinubu on Wednesday established a 31 Presidential Economic Coordination Council comprising himself, the Vice President, Senate President, and the Chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum, amongst others. Further to that, the President also established a 19-member Economic Management Team Emergency Task Force, which he mandated to meet twice weekly and submit a 6 months comprehensive plan of economic intervention for 2024. The Economic Management Team Emergency Task Force was approved by the Federal Executive Council on Monday. The plan, covering the next 6 months, would be due for immediate implementation within 2 weeks of the EET's inauguration, the President directed. The EET comprises ministers, 4 governors, and some ministers of the Economic Management Team, as well as the private sector. The current crisis hitting the Labour Party has taken another dimension following an alleged takeover of the party's administration by its Board of Trustees. The move comes hours after the national chairman, Julius Abure, was re-elected at the party's national convention in Nnewi, Anambra State on Wednesday. The convention also saw all members of the National Working Committee returned. The slot for representatives of both the Nigerian Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress were, however, left vacant. A statement issued in Abuja by the party's BOT chairman, Sylvester Ejiofor, however, announced that it has taken over the party following the expiration of Abure's tenure and the carried that returned him to office in Nnewi as national chairman. Human rights lawyer Femi Falana, SAN, has requested for the reinstatement of the suspended Senator Abdul Ahmed Ninji, representing the Bauchi Central Senatorial District. Ninji was suspended on the 12th of March 2024 by the Senate for alleging that the 2024 budget was padded with 3 trillion naira. Falana, who is Ninji's defense counsel, accused Akpabio of violating his client's fundamental right to fair hearing. He advised Akpabio to lift Ninji's suspension or be reported to the Legal Practitioner Disciplinary Committee, LPDC. The human rights lawyer who made this appeal to newsmen disclosed that the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, caused his client to be put on trial before the Senate on March 14. The Rivers State Police Command has announced the arrest of 26 suspected car snatchers, including 5 ex-convicts, after bust a syndicate involved in stealing cars and stealing them to ready buyers outside the state. The police stated that the arrest followed several reports of stolen cars, including some snatched from victims at gunpoint within and outside Port Harcourt. Also, a fake police inspector was apprehended and 3 luxury cars were recovered from him. The State Commissioner of Police, Olatunji Disu, disclosed this while parading the suspect and the recovered cars before newsmen shortly after a immediate briefing at the command headquarters in Port Harcourt. These two expressed satisfaction with the arrest, stressing that the apprehension of Chidozie Anthony Onyekwe and Kelechi Uzokwe, who were identified as leaders of the syndicate, was a result of the command's quick deployment of its tactical unit and investigators. He stated, "Today I am very happy to inform you that about 26 suspects who specialize in stealing vehicles, robbing motorists, and snatching their cars have been arrested." Still in Rivers, a 13-year-old girl named withheld was allegedly abducted and defiled by a man identified as Prince in the Igbororo community in the Obio Akpo local government area of Rivers State. It was gathered that the suspect, popularly known as Don P., defiled the girl for 2 days after she was abducted in a lonely area and took her to his house on Monday evening. The mother of the assaulted teenager, who gave her name as Ify, said she sent her daughter on an errand when the incident happened. According to the mother, "I sent my 13-year-old daughter to go and buy charcoal and leave for me on Monday around 5 p.m., but I waited till 8 p.m. and I didn't see her. So I became worried." The parents of the victim are calling on the government and police to arrest this man to pay for what he did to their daughter. Paul Orizo, a 48-year-old evicted tenant, was arraigned by the police before the Butimeta Magistrate Court in Lagos State on Wednesday for stealing electrical fittings worth 500,000 naira from his former apartment. The defendant is facing charges of repossession, breach of peace, and stealing preferred against him by the police. The defendant is facing charges of repossession, breach of peace, and stealing preferred against him by the police. The prosecutor, Sopo Chinalo Nwadio, told the court that Orizo committed the offenses on June 22, 2023 at about 9 a.m. The incident occurred at number 12 and 13 Badagry Expressway, Orile Igomu, Lagos. Nwadio also informed the court that the defendant, without an order of the court, retook possession of an apartment from the landlord of house number 12 and 13 Badagry Expressway, Orile Igomu, Lagos, who recently obtained possession and eviction from a right of court. Orizo put his own padlock to lock the apartment after the Lagos State Judicial personnel removed his property from the apartment. Business activities were paralyzed in some areas in Ile-Ife, Osun State, as Obata adherents took Oro procession to street within the metropolis. The traditionalist had announced a 5-hour curfew beginning from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Wednesday in some areas in Ife town to enable the smooth passage of the Oro procession. The leader of the Obata adherent, Oba Isoro O Dada, in a statement, advised residents of the areas where the procession would pass through to respect the curfew and stay indoors for the benefit of Ile-Ife. According to Dada's statement, which is entitled "Special Announcement from the House of Obata to all Muslims and dwellers in Ile-Ife," partly read, "This is a special announcement to all dwellers of Ile-Ife Oro Awol Ilari Festival that will commence on Wednesday, 27th, 2024. Away from Nigeria, after months of warning, a recent UN-backed report offered hard statistical evidence that humanitarian catastrophe in Gaza is turning into a man-made famine. It has increased the pressure on Israel to fulfill its legal responsibilities to protect Palestinian civilians and to allow adequate supplies of humanitarian aid to reach the people who need it. The UN's most senior human rights official, Volker Turk, said in a BBC interview that Israel bore significant blame and that there was a possible case that Israel was using starvation as a weapon of war in Gaza. Mr. Turk, who is the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights, said that if intent was proven, that would amount to a war crime. In response to Mr. Turk's statement, Israel's economic minister Nir Pakat, a senior politician in Benjamin Nikut's party, dismissed Mr. Talk's warning as total nonsense, a totally irresponsible thing to say. A court has extended Indian opposition leader Arvind Kejriwal's custody until Monday in a corruption case. The Delhi chief minister has denied allegation that he received kickbacks in a now scrappled alcohol sale policy. The ruling comes a day after the U.S. reiterated that it encouraged a fair legal process in the case. Mr. Kejriwal was arrested last week amid criticism from opposition parties that the government was stiffening them ahead of general elections in April and May. He was produced in court on Thursday, which had earlier been set as his last day in custody. 4 people have been killed and at least 5 injured after a man armed with a knife went on rampage in the U.S. state of Illinois. Police in Rockford say the attack occurred following a home invasion on Wednesday afternoon. One of the injured is in a critical condition. The victims are a 15-year-old girl, a 63-year-old woman, a 49-year-old man, and a 22-year-old man. A man 22 has been arrested and is being questioned by police. Police said the motive of the attack remained unclear. The home invasion occurred on Florence Street, but the attack unfolded at multiple locations, police said. Winnebago Country Sheriff Gary Kurana said a young woman has sustained stab wounds to her hands and face after being running away from the suspect. The woman is now in hospital and is being intubated. Another man described by Sheriff Kurana as a good Samaritan sustained less serious stab wounds after trying to intervene to help the woman. Rockford Police Chief Carla Red said that not all of the victims have been stabbed, but added that none had suffered gun wounds. Up ahead, business, entertainment, and sport. These and more after this break. Welcome back. The NNPC Limited, a global energy company with businesses and operations across the entire spectrum of the energy value chain, said it had not adjusted the price of petrol and diesel in Nigeria. Some online platform and social media which started reporting the adjustment in prices Tuesday did not provide reason. According to a statement obtained by newsmen yesterday, Olufemi Sonaye, the Chief Corporate Communication Officer at NNPC Limited, stated, the NNPC Limited wishes to clarify a rumor suggesting a price adjustment for premium motor spirit, popularly known as PMS, and automotive gas oil, which is known as diesel, is at retail station nationwide. The company asserts that these reports are false and urges Nigerians to disregard them entirely. NNPCL Limited reaffirms its commitment to sustaining the current sufficiency in petroleum product supply across all its retail stations in the country. Interest rate and huge demand have propelled investment in mutual funds to 82.2% rise, with its net asset value reaching 2.82 trillion naira year-on-year in February 2024, from 1.55 trillion naira recorded in the corresponding period of 2023. Mutual fund is a collective investment platform that pools funds from investors and managed professionally by investing in choice money and capital markets assets. According to findings from the latest data released by the Security and Exchange Commission, showed that dollar and fixed income funds recorded the highest in NAV in absolute term, 1.354 trillion naira, as against 315.8 billion naira recorded in the corresponding period of 2023. The dollar fixed income funds accounted for 48.06% of the total value of the NAV. Under the dollar fixed income funds, Standard IBT Asset Management was the most active player among the 25 players in the market, recording 803.5 billion naira and accounting for 59% of the total NVA. NAV. Moving on, Sam Bankman-Fried, the former billionaire crypto boss, was convicted of fraud and money laundering last year, will return to court in New York on Thursday to be sentenced for his crimes. It is certain the 32-year-old man will be going to jail. What is unknown is how long. The moment has revived debate about the extent of his crime and what punishment might fit. His legal team called for leniency, but prosecutors are seeking for 40 to 50 years in prison. They say such a sentence is warranted for someone who lied to investors in banks and stole billions in deposit from customers of his own bankrupt crypto exchange, FTX. Super Eagles defender Kenneth Umerua is confident that the players are determined to give all for their maximum point when the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers resume in June. According to newsmen, Super Eagles contingent for the friendly matches against Ghana and Mali in Marrakesh departed Morocco in Wednesday, with most of the players flying back to their bases in Europe. After grieving over the unexpected loss to Mali, on-field captain Umerua assured that the players were determined to give all their maximum point when the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers resume in June. Nigeria would take on the Bafana Bafana in Uyo and then confront Benin Republic away from home in the international window of June 3 to 11 in March, days 3 and 4 of the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifying campaign. The head coach of the Nigeria Premier Football League side, Enyimba Finidi George, has stated that he is not losing any sleep over getting the Super Eagles job on a permanent basis. Early this month, the Nigerian Football Federation declared the position of the Super Eagles head coach vacant following the exit of the Portuguese Jose Peseiro, who led the side to a second-place finish at the 2023 African Cup of Nations in Ivory Coast in February. In an advertisement on its website calling for application with a March 13 deadline, the football governing body stated that the prospective Eagles coach must have proven experience as the elite level of football. The former Ajax man, who also applied for the job, was appointed Eagles interim coach for the international window, with the former winger picking a win and suffering a defeat. Popular TV host Ebuka Obi Uchendu has opened up about his relationship with his wife, Cynthia Began. He also revealed that he had known her for 3 years before they started dating. Ebuka appeared as a guest on the latest episode of the podcast, Menism, where he opened up about his journey to becoming the successful TV host he is now. Disclosed that he struggled to find his footings before landing his hosting gig on Big Brother Niger. According to him, I feel like my wife came at the right time because she came when things started picking up for me. I didn't see a few exes along the way, but after a long distance breakup, I didn't get into anything committed until I met my wife because I wasn't in the headspace for it. When work started, I was intentional about building this thing and enjoying my life on the street until it became serious. I didn't have any moment where I was dating until my wife, he stated. Nollywood actress Adesua Etomi has taken to Instagram to pen a detailed and heartwarming note to her husband Banky W on his birthday. On March 27, 2024, the actress posted an adorable video compilation of her Instagram page. The post captured many moments between them at different locations, goofy moments and even clips of their baby boy, Hazire. Taking a little break from my hiatus to scream happy birthday to my bestie, my baby daddy, my honey, the love of my life, and the best papa in the entire universe, at Banky W. She said her caption overflowing emphasized how much he has inspired her. Her fans and followers also stated that they always look forward to Adesua's annual birthday message for her hubby. On March 16, 2024, Wizkid posted on his Instagram story to announce the completion of his next album, Mariah, named after his late mom who passed in 2023. In a series of posts, Wizkid said that those who love the type of Afrobeat he made, like Bakrumo, should not bother listening to his next album. He also stated that he was an Afrobeat artist before asking Nigerian blog not to post his next album in a rant that sent social media agog. And that's the much we have for you on the news at this hour. Thanks for watching, and many thanks to our entire news production crew. I'm Samuel Okata. From all of us here, it's bye for now.